Alright guys, how's it going today? So, welcome to minus 50 billion degrees. She's a cold one, alright. And it's supposed to get even colder yet. This is nothing. I even had to break out a new pair of gloves because my old ones were coming apart on me and they weren't really doing me any good when I was out in the cold. I don't think these gloves really work all that well anyway, even though they say it's for extreme cold, but I don't know. But yeah, so so this just be a little quick video here, hopefully. So I just picked up some picked up a couple things for the 1586 there. I just picked up some power service, I guess they call it. Power service 911. That's just pretty much just like emergency unthawing for your fuel. I don't know if that's the problem or not. I checked the back tank. The back tank seems fine. Like I stuck a stick in there and it all came out perfectly fine. But then when you look at the bottom tank, because obviously my tractor has two tanks. The second one, or the one, on the bottom, that one, the tank had, ice on it, crystals or whatever, So I'm not really sure if that tank's gelling or not, but the back tank seems fine. And I read on the back of the bottle for that 911 stuff in the red bottle, that they recommend to put a little bit in your fuel filters as well to kind of just do it quicker. But unfortunately, I could not do that because I think one is my fuel filter wrench that I do have, I don't think it's quite big enough for it. It doesn't seem to really grip it all that well. It does, but another thing too is it was actually starting to crush the filter. So, yeah. So I'm going to try at the end of the month, I'm going to try to maybe pick up a couple of new fuel filters, and I'm going to see if they also sell a bigger filter wrench, something a little more manageable, I guess, for that size of filters. But I did hear, though, that if you leave those filters on long enough, they will get kind of seized on, and then you have to fight them off. A lot of times, you're forced to smash them with a screwdriver, and then you have to pry them off with a screwdriver, and that's going to wreck them. And so we can't do that yet because like I said, we can't get the tractor running, but it just it doesn't run long enough. So hopefully the 911 will. I did put it in there earlier today. I'm going to let it sit overnight. Hopefully it primes, or at least does the tanks, and then I'm going to try to start it tomorrow. My uncle's going to plug it in for me around 10 a.m. and the time I get out, which will probably be maybe around 1 or 2. The block should be plenty warm. And then I'm just going to let it run. It should start. I don't know if it'll stay running or not. How long it'll stay running, I don't know. I did put some cardboard on the sides of the engine. I had a big box in the house because we bought a deep freezer, or a chest freezer, I guess they call them. I don't really know what they call them, but we bought one because we didn't have enough freezer storage. So I bought one a few days ago, and that showed up, and then of course we had the big box that it came in. So I cut the box up and I covered it up, the engine side of the engine. So hopefully that'll keep anything from trying to freeze even more. But yeah, the best thing I can do for now because I can't get those filters off without destroying them, and I don't want to justify destroying them now because I don't have the money to get filters right now. So, especially just to leave it as it is for right now. Pray that the 911 will work its way through both of the tanks overnight, and if I start it tomorrow, and if it runs, I'll let it run for, I might even let it run for maybe 3 hours at maybe half speed or something, and then, yeah, just, I'm supposed to help pull it, through. If it'll run for 3 hours straight, I don't know, but the longer it runs, the better for it. So, so that way, the fuel pump and the fuel filters and stuff, they'll hopefully, they'll start pulling in that de-icer stuff, but I don't know how long that'll last, but that's the only thing I can do. It's the only thing I can do for now. And then I bought just some regular power service, gelling stuff, which is what I buy every year anyway. So one guy thinks it's low compression or whatever. I doubt it. Because it ran fine all summer long, and I started it like 2 months ago and it ran just fine, so it's got to be a fuel issue. I don't know if there's water in that. There probably is water in it too, because those filters have been on there forever. You are supposed to change them regularly, whatever, at least once a year or a couple of years or something. I don't know, but I haven't changed them, yet. So I was going to this summer, but I don't know. Just hope maybe we can power service there will get us through the year. We only have, technically another rest of February to get through, and I don't know. So that's all I can do for now, guys. That's all I can do. And I didn't really hear back from AJ yet. I was kind of waiting for a response from him, because he's the one that knows a lot about these tractors. He would kind of be able to pinpoint it better for me and whatnot. And didn't hear anything back, so I just have to do what I think is best and what will work, and that's how you learn. But, every year, for me, I've learned, if you do one thing one way, it may work, but then it seems like if you run across that problem again the next year, then that same way doesn't work. You got to find a different way. So it's always different, So I might get lucky this time, and I might just get away with 911 in the tanks, and it'll work its way through the fuel system, and then we'll be back to normal again for a while. And then, yeah. So I don't know, but just have to see how that's the only thing I can do for now. I probably will try to change the filters at the end of the month. I did try to call over there at the repair shop where I wanted to get my filters from, but their website says they were open till 5, but I don't know if that was accurate or not. But I tried calling them, I think around 3:30 or something, and nobody would pick up the damn phone, so I don't really know what that was going on there. But maybe they closed early because of the virus. Maybe it probably said it on the freaking door, but I don't remember. So I'll have to look again. But yeah, so yeah, so that's all I can do for the 1586. Is just hope that the 911 will go through it and do its thing. And then after that, I bought another jug of the regular anti-gelling stuff for the fuel, and I guess I'll just dump the whole fucking bottle. I just dumped the whole bottle in of that 911. I just dumped the whole thing in. I just fuck it. So, but they said that you're supposed to put 50% diesel fuel and 50% 911 in your fuel filters. Well, I would have done that if they would have just came off real nice and easy. Like, I would have dumped some of the fuel out and put some 911 in them and put them back on. But I guess I'll have to do it then when I get the fuel filters. Then that's really all I can. When I get the new ones, that's all I can do, because I'm not gonna damage these filters yet, because we need them. So And we haven't had much for wind today, so it's not really as cold as it was the other day. It's still freaking cold. It's even colder now than it was earlier today, but that's because the sun is down. But that's just the way it is. So, but yeah, so I don't know. That's the only thing I can do. If that don't work, then I don't know what else to do. Besides replace the fuel filters, but I don't know. It could be water too, because they say that water will cause fuel to gel up as well because it's water, and water obviously will freeze. But apparently 911 is supposed to take care of that. Apparently it's supposed to get rid of water too, but I don't know. But I don't know why I'm having such terrible luck this year, because I mean all the other years it started with no problems. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, we've had this extreme cold for about, I don't know, going on about 2 weeks now, and that's pretty hard on stuff. But I remember last year we had a good month or two. It was even colder, and yeah, the 400 wouldn't start, but my tractor started. So, but yeah, so. But anyways, I got a little. We're still having problems with the 400. I got a little video of it. I didn't get much video, but I got a little bit anyway. That it's still not wanting to start. It turns over fine, but I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I think it's also that, well, try to explain it this way. It wants to run, and we can get it to run, but it will only run on ether. It'll run on ether. It'll definitely try to run on ether, and it has ran for about 2 seconds on ether. But see, the problem with that is that it actually, ether is so powerful that the tractor tries to redline itself. It tries to run full throttle. So that's why we don't really care for ether all that much, but we got to use it. So I kind of think that the electrical system is fine, because I don't know if ether would explode without spark. It probably can. I think the stuff is flammable, but I don't know if that's quite how that works. I think you need spark in order for that to happen. But yeah, like I said, it'll run on ether, but you're not gonna keep sitting there spraying a can in there. So, and then I know somebody, I can't remember who it was, recommended to put the heat gun on the carburetor, because apparently they've been known to freeze up in the wintertime. We did that. We baked the piss out of it all the way around, inside of it, and we even put the heat gun right in there, right in the air intake, but, on the carburetor itself. That's where the air would go in. And we had the nozzle of the heat gun right in there, and we tried starting it with, it sucking in extremely hot air, and it actually it turns over quicker with that. So it does help having hot air. It does like the hot air. It actually will try to somewhat start on just hot air alone, but it's not quite enough. So I'm thinking that it's the carburetor. I think something is stuck. Something's dirty. I don't know if maybe the float is stuck, or if a needle is stuck or clogged or something. I don't really know. But I have a little clip of it. I'll play it here. Go ahead. Try it again, maybe. It's dripping there, though.
Well, it's going to do that anyway.
Oh, yeah. Try it one more time, so you can get it to really smoke. Nope. And you guys can tell me what you think, but I don't really know what else we could do with it other than that. I don't know how he really wants to get into taking the carburetor off. I told him I think that's the best bet you're going to have to do is just take the carburetor off and bring it in the house, let it warm up, tear it apart, see what's dirty or stuck or bent or whatever the freaking case may be. But it just doesn't want to start. I think it's getting spark, but it's not getting fuel. I think that's what's going on. There is like a little drain on the bottom of the carburetor that it's like a drain for the fuel, I guess. So if you get too much fuel in the carburetor, it'll drip out of there. It only does that on startup though, not while it's running. So I don't know. We've tried everything. We've given it quite a bit of ether and yeah, I don't know. It wants to run, but it's not getting fuel, I think. But how anxious he will be to want to remove the carburetor, but it's going to get freaking cold, and it's going to get even colder yet. And this kind of hurts us pretty badly because both of our tractors are down. Mine, I think, just has gelled up fuel, but I'm hoping that the 911 will work its way through. If I get the damn thing to run tomorrow. And, because if I can get it to run, then I'll just let it run for a few hours, and maybe hopefully then that way that will have worked its, that 911 would have worked its way through the field. And then after that, I'll dump in some more of that white shit there in the white bottle. I'll throw some more of that in, and if that don't take care of it, then I don't know. It's just too freaking cold, I guess, that I don't know what else to really do to take care of that problem. There's only so much we can do because we don't have a building to put them in. So, but yeah, if they had at least some kind of a building, even if it was something like this, enclosed, it's better than nothing. So, I don't know, but yeah, you guys can tell me what you think is wrong with that 400. I think it's just not getting fuel. So, because like I said, it'll run on ether, but it won't run on fuel. So, and yes, we have tried heating up the carburetor. We boiled the piss out of it, and that never solved anything. So, but anyways, guys, I'm going to take off. My hands are extremely cold, and yeah, you guys can leave your input on that. But other than that, I don't know. The 1586 is our last hope to try to get running to get us at least through the year. I don't know, because we may not be able to work on that 400 until spring, until we start getting some nicer weather. If we would get maybe 20s or 30s, he might be willing to work on it, but when it's minus 40, no, it's not worth it. So you'd be working on it for 2 seconds, and you'd have to go right back in and warm up again. So I don't know. But yeah, anyways, guys, I'm going to take off, so I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.